the United States of America, a land of towering mountains and sweeping plains. From the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific, it spans a continent. It's a place of vibrant cities and quiet towns, a melting pot of cultures. Millions call this country home. People from all over the world with different stories and dreams have come to the United States. They built a nation known for its spirit of independence and its pursuit of opportunity. The United States is a relatively young nation, but its history is rich and complex. From the first inhabitants who crossed the Bering Land Bridge to the waves of immigrants who arrived centuries later, the story of the United States is one of constant change and evolution. This journey through American history will explore the people, events, and ideas that have shaped this nation. It's a story of triumphs and tragedies, of struggles and progress. Thousands of years before European ships arrived, the land we now call the United States was already home to a diverse population. These were the Paleo-Indians, the first Americans. These early inhabitants were skilled hunters and gatherers. They adapted to the varied environments of the continent, from the icy Arctic to the arid deserts. They built communities, developed languages, and created art. Over centuries, the descendants of the Paleo-Indians formed distinct tribes and cultures. They developed sophisticated agricultural practices. They built large settlements and complex societies. These Native American cultures thrived for centuries. They left an indelible mark on the land and its resources. Their story is an essential part of understanding the history of the United States. In the 15th century, European explorers arrived in the Americas. Driven by a thirst for adventure, wealth, and new trade routes, these explorers would forever alter the course of history. The arrival of Europeans brought dramatic changes. New diseases devastated Native American populations. Competition for land and resources led to conflict. The introduction of new crops and livestock transformed the landscape. As more Europeans arrived, they established permanent settlements along the Atlantic coast. These colonies grew, fueled by immigration and the promise of opportunity. Life in the colonies was often harsh, but it was also a time of innovation and new beginnings. The colonies developed their own identities and economies. They established systems of government, but they were still under the control of European powers, primarily Great Britain. The seeds of revolution, however, were beginning to be sown. By the 18th century, tensions were rising between Great Britain and its American colonies. Colonists, increasingly identifying as Americans, chafed under British rule. They resented taxes imposed without their consent. They demanded greater autonomy. In 1775, the simmering conflict erupted into open warfare. The American Revolutionary War pitted the colonists against the might of the British Empire. It was a fight for independence, for self-determination, and for the right to govern themselves. The American Revolution was a long and bloody struggle. But the colonists, led by figures like George Washington and inspired by the ideals of liberty and equality, ultimately prevailed. In 1776, they declared their independence from Great Britain. The newly formed United States faced enormous challenges, but the victory in the Revolutionary War marked the birth of a new nation, founded on the principles of liberty, democracy, and the pursuit of happiness. It was a bold experiment in self-government, one that would inspire the world. Section 5. A House Divided, the Civil War, and its Aftermath. The issue of slavery cast a long shadow over the young nation. The southern states relied heavily on enslaved African labor for their agricultural economy. The North, increasingly industrialized, opposed the expansion of slavery. By the mid-19th century, the division over slavery reached a boiling point. In 1861, after years of political maneuvering and escalating tensions, the southern states seceded from the Union, sparking the American Civil War. The Civil War was the bloodiest conflict in American history. Brother fought against brother, and the nation was torn apart, but the war also marked a turning point in the fight for equality and human rights. After 4 years of brutal warfare, the Union prevailed. Slavery was abolished, and the nation began the long and difficult process of reunification. The Civil War's legacy continues to shape American society today. Section 6. From Industrial Giant to Global Superpower, the 20th Century. The 20th century was a time of dramatic transformation for the United States. The nation emerged as an industrial powerhouse, its economy booming with innovation and manufacturing. Cities grew at an unprecedented rate, drawing immigrants from around the globe. The United States played a pivotal role in both world wars, helping to defeat tyranny and reshape the global order. It emerged from World War II as a global superpower, wielding significant economic, military, and cultural influence. The 20th century also saw significant social and political change within the United States. The civil rights movement fought for equality and justice for African Americans. The women's rights movement challenged traditional gender roles. The United States grappled with issues of social justice, economic inequality, and its role in a rapidly changing world. Section 7. The Pillars of Democracy, the U.S. government explained. The United States government is a federal presidential constitutional republic. Power is divided between three branches: the executive, legislative, and judicial. This system of checks and balances ensures that no one branch becomes too powerful. The President of the United States is the head of state and head of government. The President is elected every 4 years. Congress is the legislative branch responsible for making laws. It is divided into two houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives. The Supreme Court is the highest court in the land. It interprets the Constitution and ensures that laws are constitutional. The United States Constitution is the supreme law of the land. It outlines the structure of the government and guarantees certain basic rights to all citizens. Section 8. An enduring legacy, American culture's global reach. American culture is a vibrant tapestry woven from the contributions of countless individuals and groups. From music and movies to literature and fashion, American culture has had a profound impact on the world. American music, from jazz and blues to rock and roll and hip-hop, has captivated audiences worldwide. Hollywood films are seen by millions, exporting American stories and values. American literature, from Mark Twain to Toni Morrison, has explored the complexities of the human experience. The global reach of American culture has been amplified by technology. The internet, social media, and American-based entertainment companies have spread American ideas and trends across the globe. Section 9. The United States Today. Challenges and Opportunities in a Changing World. The United States today faces a complex array of challenges and opportunities. It remains a global leader, but it also grapples with issues such as political polarization, economic inequality, climate change, and its role in a multipolar world. The United States continues to be a beacon of hope for many, a land of opportunity and innovation. Its diverse population, its spirit of entrepreneurship, and its commitment to democratic ideals remain sources of strength. As the United States navigates the 21st century, it will need to draw upon its rich history, its core values, and the resilience of its people to address the challenges and seize the opportunities that lie ahead. The story of the United States is still being written,